Hi guys, I'm Richard from Yitzy. You may know me as Milkey from the adventures of Milkey and Jan. We're here today in sunny Belgium to do a bike check over my 2020 Beta Evo 300. So we'll start at the handlebars. For 2020 I'm running a Yitzy 4.5 inch rise handlebar. I used to run Renthals for a lot of years, but to be honest, the 4.5 inch Yitzy bar is very similar to a Renthal, and so far I've been liking it. For the grips, we're running this year the Domino Slim grip in grey. It's very similar to the one of the Renthal Medium. To be honest, I used to go through grips like nobody's business because I've got very big hands and I grip quite hard. And these are the original grips that I put on the bike when I got them in the beginning of February, the bike. So yeah, they're doing very well. We haven't ridden them in much rainy weather yet, so I hope that they're gonna be as good as the Renthal. So far so good. I stretch the clutch grip because I have, as I say, I have very big hands. I don't personally use grip glue just because of ease of use when removing the grips for new ones, but I do always lock wire my grips on. As I crash a lot, I have the Yitzy Race bar ends made from POM. You may be able to see that these are very similar to them of what are used on the factory Hondas. But yeah, what I like about the POM bar ends is that as much as you crash with them and everything like this, they stay fresh. I honestly think that these bar ends that I've got now have been on maybe 3 or 4 bikes already, and they still look fresh as the day they came out of the packet. Accompanying that on the levers, we have the Yitzy Pro lever. These are a new lever from us here at Yitzy, and yeah, they're very similar to the ones of the standard lever, which I quite like. You may also see as well that I don't particularly run the lever adjuster on the lever because my thing is, if I have them on, I play about with the settings too much, and to be honest, how I've got the levers set at the moment is pretty damn perfect for me. You'll be able to see that I have the reach adjuster from Yitzy on the bars, but yeah, that's pretty much the cockpit to start with. You'll also see that we have a new bar pad which is coming very soon. My very good friend and travel companion Mr. Peters has given me a throttle mod. You may be able to see it's something that I did run a lot in the UK. Basically it stops you when you lean forward going up a step or hill climb. It stops the throttle cable pulling out so the bike doesn't rev. But yeah, it's just a little bit of fuel pipe with a cable tie around it just to stop the throttle cable bending in. You'll also see that I run a Yitzy magnetic Killswitch. I've gone for the fluo yellow stripe because yeah, who doesn't love a bit of fluo yellow? And you may also see as well that I run 2 kill switches. I run the magnetic kill switch and also the push button kill switch. On the forks, we're running standard Paoli forks with a Yitzy Paoli front fork spring on the heaviest setting that we have. As you may be able to see, I'm no Slim Jim. So yeah, but to be honest, the forks run perfect. A lot of people give the Paoli forks a lot of stick, but to be honest, I think they work really well. I have changed the fork oil, so I'm running on the damper side. I'm running 7.5 weight fork oil, and on the spring side 10. Just as I say again, I'm not the slimmest guy in the world, and I like how it feels when you're hopping. Coming down, we're running Yitzy carbon fork protectors with our black, white, red fork stickers. I think the fork stickers make the bike look super cool and give that special factory feeling that everybody loves when they rock up to a trial. We've got a Yitzy Race front disc and race pads. Yeah, personally I think that's the best braking performance I've had on any bike. It doesn't matter whether it's anything, you know, the stopping power on these is great. Jitsi front rim stickers, just again to give you that factory look. And we're running a Dunlop front tyre. I know a lot of people give the Dunlops a lot of stick, but to be honest, yeah, I've been running the Dunlops now for a few years and I really like them. If I was going to ride the 6 days or something like this, the Scottish 6 days, I would probably change the front out just for a Michelin, just because the sidewall is a little bit harder and the grip on the off cambers and in the slop is pretty a little bit better than the Dunlop, but for most club trial ride level, the Dunlop's pretty good. So moving through on to the middle of the bike, we pretty much the bike is standard. I've got a full casing protector for the flywheel. This is something new from us guys at Jitsi. Yeah, as I said before, and I'll probably say it again, I crash a lot, so keeping the bike protected as much as possible is basically my main aim there. Yeah, then we're running a K-in idle screw just for the ease of altering the tick over every now and then, but to be honest, the Beta is such a good bike that yeah, you don't really have to mess around with the carburetor so much. I haven't done anything to the engine. The engine is standard. The only thing I've done is change the oil. On the clutch side, we're running a standard gear lever for the moment, and then a clutch cover protector. Again, when you crash as much as I do, you've got to keep it all protected. You may also see a little close-up, I have a spare magnetic Killswitch magnet strapped to the top of the radiator. Basically, this is just, here in Europe, you have to use your lanyard. It's compulsory. And yeah, when you're riding like the 4 days of the cruise or something like this, if you lose your lanyard, you're pretty much screwed. So therefore, I keep a spare one just there, so I know where it is and everything like this. But yeah, the engine is stock, standard. I haven't done anything to it. But yeah, moving on to the back, we've got a Jitsi race air filter. The race air filter comes pre-oiled, so basically you just take it out of the bag, put it in the bike, and away you go. One thing that's really good on the race air filters is that they wash super easy. The construction of the air filter is super good, and you can wash it 10,000 times and it'll still be perfect. On the bottom of the airbox, we've got a Jitsi drain bung. This is made from aluminium, anodized red with a knurled grip on it. It's very similar to ones that you can buy in the UK, but this one is just from us. It's super easy for, like, when you wash the bike, you just drain the bung off, let the water come out of the airbox if there is any, and yeah, we go from there. And then you'll be able to see on the airbox, it's an airbox sticker. We have them available in 3 colours: black, white, black and red, like the one that I've got here. But yeah, that's pretty much for the airbox. At the moment, I'm running a race back brake lever. I have big feet, and when you're riding, I feel that the platform on the race lever is a lot easier to get onto. Plus, because of the size of the pedal, it helps with the leverage for braking. So literally you touch the brake and it stops, which is something that I really like. Again, frame protectors. These are from us again at Jitsi. I've always run frame protectors on my bike just because I rub the frame quite a lot, and prevention's cheaper than the cure, more than anything. I've got the Jitsi frame stickers on top of the guards just to give that extra little bit of look. When you come to sell the bike, you take them off, you give the bike a clean underneath, and the bike is absolutely spot perfect. Something that we've changed on our frame protectors here at Jitsi is we've made all the holes that you need to do accessible. So swinging arm spindle, you can basically take it off without taking your frame protectors off. The bolts for the master cylinder, the back brake lever and the footrest hangers. If you break a lever or your footrest hanger bolts come loose, you can get to them without having to faff around taking the frame protectors off. But again, yeah, like I say, I crash a lot, so keeping that frame nice and pristine is basically the main job there. We're running Jitsi lift footrests. These are slightly tilted forward to help when you're climbing hills or steps and stuff. I wasn't so very keen on them at first, but as soon as I started riding with them, they feel so good. On the rear shock, I'm running a standard shock with a 85 Newton meter spring from Jitsi. This is basically a spring for an R16V shock, ollie shock, sash shock, whatever you want to say. Basically, I do have an Öhlins en route at the moment that's been made for my weight, just because I feel the Öhlins is a little better for like the 6 days and stuff like that. It's a little bit slower, and it absorbs the streams a lot better. But if anybody's out there that's thinking, yeah, I need to buy a new shock, I need to put a different shock on my bike, honestly, try a spring first. But yeah, basically standard linkage and everything like this. The only thing that's different on it is I've put the Jitsi dog bone bolt on. Basically, anyone who's owned a Beta for a long time will know that if you put too much pressure on the dog bone bolt, it can pull the head off. So us guys here at Jitsi, we decided that we would make a bolt with a bigger shaft and a bigger head, basically just to eradicate that problem that you have when you over tighten the bolt. So yeah, so I've got 2 of them on board. We're running standard gearing, so 1041. To be honest, standard gearing's perfect. Unless you're going to go ride the 6 days, yeah, don't mess with the gearing, because the gearing on a Beta is perfect. You know, first and second are usable. You can pull third. They go like the stink on the road. So yeah, rear sprocket from us guys at Jitsi, FIM approved in anodized red. You can ride a week in Scotland with them, and most other sprockets you need to throw away after you've done a week in Scotland, but these ones you can ride all year with them. Then basically we've got a Jitsi race disc and race pads on the rear. The race disc is FIM approved for European standard trials and everything like this. Over here we have to run them just to keep those pinkies safe. Again, as the front, the braking power from the race pads and the disc is absolutely incredible. You literally put your foot on the back brake pedal and it stops. Swinging arm protectors with the swinging arm stickers on top. Obviously I'm running a Dunlop 803 GP on the rear. Again, the Dunlop rear tyre is an incredible tyre. I wouldn't even change it in the 6 days. You know, a lot of people run Michelin's, but yeah, Dunlops, they don't come off the rim. We've got Jitsi 17mm snail cams. If you look on the left-hand side of the bike as well, we've got a rear silencer protector with the silencer sticker on top. So the bike, again, I say is perfect out of the box. That's one reason why I haven't really done much to the performance of the engine or anything like this, because they run super clean, super fresh out the box. I just made it like personal preferences, like with the bars and the pegs and levers and stuff like this, just because, yeah, everybody likes their own little settings and everything like this. All the parts are available from Jitsi dealers worldwide. If you have any questions, you can always send us an email or contact your local dealer. Thanks a lot, guys. See you soon.